Hello. Am I audible, visible? Acha. So the reason why I'm here, okay, basically, 21st and 22nd, some Mr. Wang Wei, okay, Mr. Wang Wei, he's coming from China, for BRICS security arrangement. Okay, BRICS security arrangement. That is point number one, and second point is that keep forwarded. I think 25th or 26th. Okay, 25th and 26th, it will be in Gurgaon. Okay, it will be in Gurgaon. There will be a segment, of course, related to BRICS, where they will deal with oil and energy sector. Okay, oil and energy sector. Now, what happens? Let me tell you a story. Okay, what happened is that, of course, I am basically a civil engineer, and from civil engineering point of view, when you say go into ONGC, when you go into say Indian Oil or all those companies, okay. So, in a personal level, I've been to that that we Holdia, okay, that Holdia refinery. There is one refinery of Indian Oil. I've been over there. There is one pipeline division of Mourigram. I have been over there, and I have been in. These are all jobs. Okay, these are all jobs. I have been in Bhatinda. In Bhatinda, have you ever gone to Bhatinda? Okay, it's some 80 to 90 kilometers. Okay, from Amritsar. There's a place called Bhatinda, and if you go over there, there's one HMEL refinery. Some 60% stake taken by government, 40% by HMEL. Okay, and they basically deal the beauty of this that private refinery is that they deal with the low viscous oil, which is found mainly in Venezuela and Canada. Venezuela and Canada. Okay, LPG tanker, FPSO, LNG tanker, those that are processed. Okay, mainly the nitrogen segmentation and the low viscous oil, it is processed over there. Okay, and others the government. So these two three sectors I have been over there. Now, what happens from civil engineering point of view? I'll be talking about it. Okay, it's like suppose you are getting in as a civil engineer, like a job, then you hardly do not know what is going in oil rig, what is going in pipeline division, what is going in marketing division, what is going on in bottling plant. You even do not know what is going on in refinery. This is a very negative thing. Okay, this is actually a very negative thing. It's like you are giving you need to say there will be some say desulfurization. Okay, so the overall weight, all those dimensions are given to you. You need to do a mapping, then you to do the foundation, what will be its layout, RCC segmentations. These are the type of jobs that civil engineers have inside the refinery, unless it's a very new refinery, or they are adding on something, the nitrogen segmentation NTSO, or there are various other things are there. So otherwise, mainly the foundations, understanding engineering drawing, relating those things, they are least concerned whether they will be fractional distillation at what temperature, what will happen. Those things comes under chemical engineering. But one thing on a personal basis, that's my um, take, is that whenever you are attached to some sector, you go to all the divisions. I have never been to that bottling plant, or all the downstream sectors that we have largely, all those petrol pump owners. Okay, those outlet retail petrol pump owners, that batching I have never been to. But otherwise, my take is that it's a very big sector, right? It's a very big sector. You understand, if you want to do businesses in oil rig, so automatically you need to come from oil background. Whatever be the sector, then you will be given field training, you will be given vocational training. Accordingly, it's very easy. Same thing, repetitive thing. You are compounding, batching up, and then the number of investors who are there, they will get their return, and government, as per their batching, they will also get their own segmentations. But what happens is that you will not have enough depth on the subject. This is basically the problem. So I always suggest that whenever you are going, it's a very big sector, oil sector. You can see the first thing which start with, it's nothing to do with ONGC. The first thing, it's like it starts with Geological Survey of India. They go for the possible excavation. Then the quantitative excavation. One is the possible excavation, then the quantitative excavation. Then they start shielding from where, which location, what will be my navigational point, what are the instruments which I will go for. We have the FPSO segmentations, the LNG and LPG bunker segmentations are there. The ATS up storage is there in Mumbai. From there, it goes to refinery. Hydrocarbon policy is there. Aerosol policy is there. Now you can say, how will I know? These things are not related to civil engineering, but you have manual. You go to segments. You understand what is the function. Just go and see the ATS, the blue oil, which is used in aviation. If you, it's blue color. Okay, if you put one drop of water, it will turn white. That means it's cancelled. Okay, many other things are there. Hydrocarbon processing unit is there. Desulfurization, from where the entire mafia gang comes. The desulfurization unit is there. The processing unit is there. Butanol, hexanol, adenosine. I'm from civil engineering. Then how do I know all those things? It's meeting people, knowing the handbooks, and of course for business segmentations you need all those things. Okay, you need all those segmentations. These are very much. Then you go to the your refinery. From refinery divisions you go to anyway, so you're getting my point. But what is important, these are big big stories. Okay, if I start telling all those stories over here, then the main point why I started of this video, it will be gone. Okay, you firstly, if you do not belong to this sector, then you will not need it. And if you belong to this sector, my simple request, don't waste your life going into construction sector, understanding the foundation details and RCC, what I need to do in StatPro, what will be my marginalization in terms of rod and reinforcement and doing maths. No, that is fine. That is very easy. You can do it, handle it, understand adaptation, segmentations, the hydrocarbon policies given by YE, the no-go areas which were there previously. Now government has given a big segment for exploration, so that you can fundamentalize higher LNG and LPG and other coal and bitumen and all those things from India itself, so that we can do less import. Thing is this much simple. Okay, so I won't be elaborating much. But yes, BRICS. Now BRICS, what they will do, BRICS is mainly government authority. They do not need that much of finer details literature. But here what is important is the oil economy. Oil is a very volatile subject. If there is cyclic volatility in terms of oil, it's going to hamper each and every segment. Like if I want to talk about the logistics segment, if I want to talk about the agriculture segment, the supply chain regiments, automatically the inflation will come into market. It will have a dampening effect on the fiscal trade deficits of a country. It's going to deregulate the tax structures between central, federal, and state government. All those things are, so oil economy is their motto. They are not dealing with the what is the desulfurization, at what temperature, what mechanical hydrology is induced, who is going to go for the offshore bidding process. No, no, no. That is the literature part. Those who go there will know that is different. But government is more concerned about how we can enhance the production, and for that what material supply chains, how we can liquidate those quantifications. If there is not unsteady unsteady supply of oil, so should we leverage it? We will leverage it from whom? From Russia, from Venezuela, from Canada, who are going to go with the uh, ATSO, the fine distribution mapping segmentations, refining their oil processing, at what cost it is going to be bidded out in the market, because the oil prices overall determine the your sense of market capability, your sense of the cost pricing, the whole WPI, the wholesale price index, and every sector. So I wish everyone all the very best. Those who are going to Gurgaon, okay, Gurgaon bricks segmentations. So government is more about working key. It's a cyclical. economy. Hobnox is there. So can we? I think what one thing can be done. Ki reserve strategy. Okay, reserve strategy will actually what government is batching, or what strategic Petronas reserves which are being made. Various segments have been done on the Petronas policies. They are excellent thing. That is one point. Second, I think government should deal with the Brexit crude, because Brexit crude, it's highly subjective to OECD and EU, but India has got the potential to work on those subjectivities. If you go to Lucknow, we also have one petroleum research institution. They are petroleum engineers. They can actually navigate what we should do, how we will adulterate, what segmentations can they do. But getting my point means they do not have to, they know nothing about the BRICS policy, all those things. They are pure petroleum engineers. Okay, all those things are there. But I wish all of you all the very best. So a reserve strategy is a good point. At least standardization of the that cyclic volatility which is present in the oil. One. Second, government's bigger inertia on how we standardize these reserves, how we can capitalize a very standard fragmentation in terms of money, equity, liquidity, the offshore segments which are present, all those things are there. And second is ki China. The 21st, 22nd, Wang Wai, Mr. Wang Wai, he is coming for China, from China, of course, and something related to security. So again, problem is that ki China is a very big issue. I have in my previous video, I have told ki we have passive problem with this China. If I want to talk about inverted duty structure, that is there. If I want to talk about the phytosanitary and anti-dumping nature of China, that is there. If I want to talk about the Siam related problem, hydro-rigging related problem, that is there. They are going for that salami slicing. Okay, the gray areas, they are making them dead zones in terms of military base. The contested areas they are using as institution for your military convoys, or over subjectifying the land issues that we have with them around 600 800 kilometers. All those problems are there. Plus India has been a very gravitational segment. If I want to talk about the IORA association, India is a part of it. As a part of Vishan Sagar, India is very much strategic about the Indian Ocean region. Recently, you have heard in paper कि we have got one that offshore ATS, okay, the offshore ATS, the extraction point, the RTSO near Andaman, and somehow that will strategize. But problem is that ki initially once you start digging, na, there is one FTSA factor. That only determines how much of digging is possible, what is going to be my wall cavity depth. Based on that, what is going to be the longevity of these oil subjective operations that we have. Many other parameters are there. Okay, but overall, government what it is focusing on ki future of oil is very less. Hardly 70 years, 100 years. Then after that, what is the future of that company, that sector, refinery, uh, petrol pump owners? Nothing. It's all zero. It's all dead economy. It's all dead economy. So subjectifying it into solar or green segmentations, going for CBG plants. Okay, if someone, it's difficult to buy CBG plants, then collectively the cooperatives, they can buy those CBG plants on a 5 years, 10 years, 15 years lease MOU, and that will standardize the overall operation in terms of green economy, in terms of the urea pesticide operations, means the supply chains which are given to urea and pesticide industries in a state. It's going to have a bigger inertia on the green dampening climate change finances. Those which are coming, that can be utilized for CNG, for rooftop green segments, for LED, and other various green segments which are non-adaptive to coal and this oil, the fossil fuel. Okay, so I won't be elaborating much, but on both the standardization. China's problem, it is always very detrimental because China is not only India's problem in terms of strategic reserve, but also a big threat to OECD, a big threat to European Union, a big threat to America. Okay, because all their underpriced commodity, underpriced labor, creating domestic issues in their region of IORA, Pacific Ocean, from the streets of your Malacca, is no, sorry, the streets of Akin till the streets of Malacca, which holds something around 65% of oil segmentations, 50% of LPG, LNG dunking. Okay, that is also underrated because of this China's aggression, military aggression, strategic aggression. And India, on a collective basis, they are acting as the net security provider in Andaman. They are decolonizing these statement profilings of China, and together they are working both with US government, various policies on clean energy, clean fuel, doctrine of that STS, doctrine of STS. It's a military defense protocol, okay, strategic, and it comes under track 222 alliance. All those things are there. So both the things, okay, China related factor, what problems it has. I have a separate 19 minutes video. Those who want to know about India's national interest, India's defense security, salami slicing, China related problems, you can go to YouTube, do watch my video, then you will have overall understanding. And this one, the technical details are not required, but overall the operations of India's economy, India's Petronas bond, India's hydrocarbon segmentations, its green adaptations, how we can ensure higher liquidity in terms of the oil segments, their will sunkening conditionality, their overall operation on the markets, their sentiments, the international economy, their international tax pricing, and how these things can be liberalized. I think that is the most important. And of course, how they can go for structural reforms and how they can deregularize the offsets which are there in terms of fiscal credentiality, fiscal deficit, national debt to GDP ratio. All those things comes under the uh, BRICS summit. Okay, so it's 25th, 26th in Gurgaon, Asia BRICS summit. I wish everyone all the very best. Okay, there will not be people from the officers or businessmen from oil, but completely government. They will be going for their offshore budgeting, what off lease we need, what restructuring that we can do in oil economy, how they galvanize very monochromatic functionality in terms of double balance sheet problems, their segmentations in the downstream sector, FPSO related operations, their standardizations in Bombay ATS, all those things are there. Okay, so I wish everyone all the very best and thank you. For the first video, you can watch it in YouTube. It's been posted at Salami Pricing. And for this video, I have said, apart from that, if you need finer details, then you need to be in the industry as vendor, as engineer, as businessman, as whatever it is, director, whatever it is, then only you will get the exposure. Otherwise, it's impossible. Okay, you need to go to the segments. mm, you need to read the handbooks then only, because people, I told you, na, those who enter as civil engineer, what knowledge they have? Nothing itself, just their own job. So it's like that, understand the structure. It's a very big sector, and together we are leaping for a very forward structured economy, non-fossil fuel economy, and green better adaptation. Thank you.